Test. 1, 2, 3, test. Oh. Oh, yes. Oh, oops. Yeah. Sa. Testing. Para. Ba-da-ba-da-bam. Ba-da-ba-da-bam. Bam. Ba-da-ba-da-ba. Ba-da-ba-da-ba. Ba-da-ba-da-bam. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. Ba-da-ba-da-bam. Bam. Ba-da-ba-da-bam. Ba-da-ba-da-bam. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da. Hello everyone. Welcome to another stream of Plane Shift, where we build games just because we like building games. Yeah, it's pretty much what we do. We like building games, we like technology in general, and behind games there is so much technology that is always fascinating. So that's why. So I want to release a new version of the card game right now, because I think that we are at a good point. And anyway, releasing for the card game is fairly quick. I mean, it's kind of half an hour or so, and it's not super fast, but anyways, it's quick enough, right? So the only thing I have to do, I did so many new things. Well, so many, yeah, quite a number. The only thing I want to change, I want to change the version number, right? Version number is 009. Okay, so we checking that. Okay, let me commit all the changes and be sure that there are no unversioned files. Okay. Okay, so this would be 009. I don't know what I did in addition. I added new location. I didn't even test if they work actually, but but it's fine. I think from this release I can start to take real bug reports, right? I think we can start from this release to take real bug reports and yeah, anyway. I went to bed super late. I mean, basically I went to bed this morning. Yeah. Let me see if I can type something about the new change log. Let me see. So we added new locations. Fine. I don't know. I didn't test them really, but we added We added description to shop products and inventory. We have new tutorial explaining items. We have upgraded the number of card images. Opening a product now shows the cards you can reveal by clicking on it. Added rules for item equip. Yeah. You cannot keep right so we can yes. I don't know what else actually. These I think are the main changes. We also added few new cards, but yeah. Did I do any other changes? I think I moved item in the shop. Yeah, but pretty much that's it. Pretty much that's it. Okay, let me so to recompile everything, right? To recompile everything. Zero files. Okay. To recompile everything on Linux, yeah, we have to go Linux. I have to go Linux and I have to stop the server first thing I have to do, and then we SVN update. We SVN update all of that, and then we build editor, right? Yes, we build editor. Hello, Hula. Look at my skin. Yeah, I just started actually, but yeah. So we are rebuilding the new version of the car game. Okay, so we did this build. Now, yes, we will have to clean up the database, but it's fine. I don't think anyone will be upset. There's not a lot of data anyway, so. Okay, then we have to do what? Then we have to remove the previous release completely, which is called Alpha 008. Then we have to build the client on Linux, and at the same time we have to build the client on Windows. I launched the build shipping client, didn't do anything. Why? What the fuck? That's a bit weird. What do you mean? there may be a dead process. No. Why is not? Why is it? Huh? Why is not working? What? The file is empty? Bill shipping client is 0. Ah, fuck, because I did this. No. Okay. No. Yeah, I redirected. Oh my god, it's so stupid. Okay, anyway, we can salvage it by... doing an SBN revert. Okay. I was a bit surprised actually. Okay, while the Windows one is building, yeah, the Windows is giving this error all the time. I think it's the antivirus that is blocking the access to some of the files the first time. Then if you relaunch it, it works without any problem, so which is a bit weird, but anyway, is what it does. Okay, so we go here, we create our new alpha 009, right? Alpha 009, we move everything under alpha 009. Then we copy this file and then we tar up everything, right? And then we bzip it, and the bzip is usually is the slowest one. The tar is like instant, but the bzip is always sleeping. Da 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 da. When I think about your card game, I suddenly think, do you think you can do a client for a phone? I think it's possible. I mean, I think Unreal can compile for phone easy. The problem will be the space, right? The amount of stuff that needs to stay in one screen. That I think you will not be able to see anything. I don't know if you ever played Hearthstone on mobile. I mean, you can play it, and I played it on mobile, but it's hard. And Hearthstone is very simple because he only has 2 lanes, right? He only has 2 lanes, while our game has 3 lanes. So I don't know if it will fit. I think you will have to scroll a lot up and down. I think it will be a bit annoying, but in theory, yes. Because you think someone will play on mobile? I think it will be hard to see because it's too much information in a small space. I don't think people will play it on mobile. I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Do you think people will play on mobile? Do you want to see a new card? Ah, you want to see a new card? Not this guy. By the way, this guy This guy was in the D&D session of yesterday. In the D&D session of yesterday, there was this guy. And the players actually spoke to him. Incredible, huh? Okay, 009, I think we have it. So let me upload it. And let me remove 008. At this point it's completely obsolete. Okay, this thing finished, which is nice. We can delete this too. 1.4. I'm moving files between the different machines and and then I will send it to the people. By the way, I mean, the card game now, in terms of functionality, it is pretty much functional. The only thing that is missing is more cards and better testing. But in terms of core features, right, like opening packs and having a shop and all of that is actually all working. It's all working, which is insane if you think about it. I did it in a very short time, and it's only thanks to AI. I think I started with the idea in January. And I did it in my spare time as a second project, you know. And now we are in June, and pretty much the game is functional, which is incredible if you think about it. Absolutely incredible. Okay, I think I have I think I have everything I need. Okay, so let's send out this version to the people that deserve it. Let's send it out to the people that actually deserve this version. Bam 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 bam. Bam 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 bam. So we send it to this guy. We send it to this guy. We send it to this guy. We don't have enough testers, I think, but anyway. Send it to this guy. We send it to this other guy. And then we send it for Linux. We only have one Linux tester, but better one than nothing. It's actually the most active, by the way. We send it to this guy. Okay, it's done. It is done. Oh no, I have to start the server, by the way. Yes, if I don't start the server, nothing works. So to start the server, we do this. And then we check if everything is running. Maybe I can connect. Ah, fuck, I didn't change the server. No. Shit, I have to redo it. Nah, shit. I forgot to change the server XML. Shit. Ah, God, it's pointing to my local machine. Okay, I have to redo it. Okay. Fuck. Fuck. I forgot to change the server address. Shit. Okay, anyway. It's not gonna take a long time. Yeah, I forgot to switch the address, so it was pointing to my local machine and not to the real machine, right? Ay, 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 ay. It's fine. I mean, it's taking a second. I mean, it's nothing too long. Nothing too long. And we did the database already, so it's actually... Can I just redo it this way, or should I delete everything? No, I think I should delete. Otherwise we make a mess. Let me just delete it. Let me just delete it. And the rebuild will take a second because it's already fully built. So it will take like less than a minute, I guess. He has to do. I mean, the most time will be the archiving and the bzip, pretty much. It was very, very, very stupid. Yeah, but it's very fast. I'm nearly done already. I'm zipping up. This, okay. Then here is done, right? And the rest is the same. Yeah, to redo it takes really few minutes. Which is nice. Already exist. Yeah, it already exists. Can you override it? Thank you. Hello, Boring Ned. Hey. Just an idea. I think it's an interesting idea to do the mobile, but I think that to have it on mobile, I will have to change some stuff in the UI. Like for example, I think that the cards you have in hand should probably disappear and appear, right? I think would be probably the only way to have it work properly. Hello Marcelo, how are things? So if I create a program, I'm on Linux, I would have to have a computer on Windows or Mac to create a version for that. I've recently vibe coded some apps. In theory, the editor can also compile for other platforms, right? But my experience with that is very bad. So that on paper it does, but in practice it doesn't work. So for me, I mean, I decided to have one machine for every platform. But yeah, in theory, when you are in the editor and you ask to package, you can package also for other platforms. But is I don't know. I think for me it doesn't work. Maybe it improved with the last versions of Unreal, right? So I mean, assuming you are asking for Unreal Engine, right? Are you asking for Unreal or for something else? Because obviously that makes a lot of difference. If you are not using Unreal, that's basically impossible. But depends. I mean, what do you use? But if you're just using Visual Studio to, you know, to compile stuff, then no, you cannot do it. They're only simple apps. No, I understand they're simple apps, but they're made with what tools? What is the tool that you use to make them? What is the IDE? Maybe if you vibe coded the whole thing, you don't even know. There's people that are producing programs, they don't even understand how they did it. Right? They have no idea of how that happened. They have absolutely no idea. They download programs, they do stuff, and then they say, I have it. Okay, I think we redid the wall run of release. C++ with the Qt UI. Yeah. Well, yeah, Qt UI should already be cross-platform, so that's a good news. And C++ is definitely cross-platform. But building the final executable, you will have to build it on each platform, on each machine, if you do it that way. At least to my knowledge. What is this file? No idea. $440. Okay, I'm moving the files. In all the proper places. Okay, so all the files are up. Now, one thing that we can do, we can check just that the game works, right? So with the release client. with the release client. Yeah, you see, a round of release was very quick. Fantastic. I received the new hair models for the Dermorian. I think we should look at them now. Okay, the server is up. Okay, let me just see if we can launch it from here. And if at least it connects. Yes, it does. So the main difference is that I added a new tutorial on heroes and equipments. I added the, you see that now the inventory and the shop are actually separate, right? And if you go inventory and you mouse over all the products that you have, you can see what they are, right? Like in this case, it's telling you deck 1, red, brown, 40 cards, of which 25 common, 9 rare, 4 epic, and 2 legendary, right? And same here. So then you click on it. There's this beautiful animation. You click on that, and now, I mean, you don't have to do it, but if you want to do it, you can reveal each card, right? So you can just click on it, and it's showing you the card, right, with the symbol new, right? You don't have to, so you can also just go back because they are already, at this point, they are all already in your inventory, right? So you don't have to do that. Then you have your quest. You have I also moved the currency in the shop. So now your currency is here at the top in the shop, and also this things. You can see the description. So you can see premium pack 5 cards, minimum 1 epic. Generic pack 5 cards, minimum 1 rare card, right? So you can see this. If you try to buy, it will tell you that you don't have enough crystal. Yeah, this error message is a bit evil. I mean, it should actually convert that to a readable format, right? But anyway. Yes, and yeah, and you can see the cards here. So all of this works as expected. Now, to buy a pack, maybe let me just see if we can buy a pack. Maybe let me see if I can buy a pack. To buy a pack is very easy. I can just give me money. I can give myself some money. Easy. So if I think there is a table called wallet. Yes. Wallet. I think if I copy this line, però okay. If I try to do it again, it will give me an error. Yeah. Okay, so now we have 1,000. Now we have 1,000 shards. Bam, 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 bam. Hello, T-Cash. Okay, I will add you, and I guess that just after your first message, probably I will ban you because it looks like typical annoying fake link stuff. But I will give you one chance. I will give you one chance. I will give you one chance because I feel that, you know, everyone deserves at least one chance. Okay. Okay, meanwhile, let me just see if we can open a pack. No, if we can buy a pack. So we go to the shop. And now you see we have 1000 shards, right? And the first thing that we do, we buy a generic pack and we buy a premium pack. Ah, very nice. And then we go here under inventory, and yeah, you see we have all these nice products now. And we can open, for example, the premium pack. We should have one epic in it. Let's see if he really has an epic. Yes, there is the epic. That is the epic. So yeah, it kind of works actually. Very nice. Do you want to have the sound that is saying like rare or things like that? Epic, right? Like it is in Hearthstone. Okay, so I think everything works. So I think we can... you know that I wanted to remake this main screen now. I think we have to decide the name. I think we have to decide if it's really Plane Shift Champions or Plane Shift Heroes or whatever, right? But yeah. We have to decide it because I need to change the logo and everything. So yes. Okay, that is done. We have new alpha out, which is always nice. Now the other thing I want to do, I received the new hair meshes. So let me see, where is the... let me see where are the files that they sent me. The Armorian Blend V2. Okay, I found the files. Just have to save it in a place that is actually the Armorian Mail. Okay. The Armorian Mail, new air underscore V2. Okay, we have it. It's opening up now. So these are the new. Wait. I think I closed it. These are the new. This one doesn't look too bad actually. Now we have to understand the amount of poly counts. 1.2, 2.4. They always go a bit over, bro. But anyway, we can decimate it. I mean, that's fine. We can decimate as needed. Like, you know, for air, you know, this amount of poly count, if it's mostly a flat surface, it's not really relevant, right? So it's not really needed, I mean. But yeah, but I think that they look kind of okay actually. We will have to see with the, first of all, we need to understand if they use the different texture or not. I don't see any texture here though. Oh. Is it this? No. It doesn't show up. I don't know, it has a million files, but none of them are Blender file, Blender file, Blender files. Is there a way I can see this file or no? Sometimes, bro. I don't see the result, right? You see that it's not, the texture is not showing, like if it's not properly linked, right? Air bake opacity PNG 002. Bro, but this file is not there. Maybe they didn't send me. Let me see if they sent me the. They didn't send me the texture. Or maybe the texture is. You know what we can try to do? We can try to do this. We can... let me unpack. No packed file to unpack. It seems that this file does not contain... does not contain the texture. For whatever reason. I mean, there are some images linked here, but they are not really available. does make local do? No, there is nothing there. I don't know. Yeah, I think they forgot to give to add the texture or something. But anyway, we can try to use an existing texture and see what happens. To use an existing texture. Like, for example, this. No, the texture is completely different, so it will not work, right? It will not work. We need No, we need a real texture. But anyway, apart from that, I think the geometry is good anyway. I just don't understand fully. I'm messing up things. Okay, so there is hair number 1. So hair number... Here number 1, right? Which is this. I think it's not bad. I mean, it's a bit overdone, right, in terms of poly count, but I think we can live with that. And it still has the mirror modifier, but it's fine. So how much are we at the moment? We are about 3,000 for one side. 3,000 for one side is a bit too much. We will have to scale it down for sure. But first I want to see it with the... So you see the difference between this and this. So we scaled it down like 50%, right? And it's still very good. So I think that we don't need more than 50% of that. I think 50% is it's good enough. The only problem I have between these two styles, they look very similar, right? So this one is number 1. Just chatting and was getting a friend back into programming, but for him to test he would have to compile. I like to build and test and then learn, but can't be bothered by learning a specific library. How do you acquire Crystal Shard? With Quest. So you have daily quest, and daily quest provide you packs or shard at the moment. We may decide to have a premium currency in the future, right? So to have like a I think that the premium currency, I will have to think about it fairly well, right? But it's also easy, right? I mean, I can think about it, but it's fairly easy. So you have two options, right? So one option is to have premium currency that is actually affecting the speed at which you acquire cards, right? Which is basically a way to skip the grind, right? And most games do it this way. So you have a premium currency that you pay with real money, and that allows you to get packs faster, or epic faster, right? Epic legendary faster, right? So pretty much the way they do it. The other way, which is the way that I like more in theory, but definitely is bringing you less revenue, is to say the premium currency is used only for cosmetics, right? So you basically so everyone has the same speed and same chances to get the cards, you know, exactly identical. So everyone is the same, right? But maybe you have the card backs, right? Or you have the heroes with the golden armor, right? Or you have the board, you know, with a special color or pet or whatever, right? So you have some special stuff, right? It is like that. So I don't know which one you prefer. I mean, I don't know which one you think is the best, you know, for our game. I'm leaning toward the second, because the first one is a bit annoying to me, right? If you can really pay to get packs, is basically ruining the matchmaking, right? Because it's like saying, well, if I pay more, right, I can matchmake it better. Now, it's not really true, because you're just getting the packs faster. It doesn't mean that you make a better deck, right? But so let me just check something quickly. Let me just check something quickly. Obviously. As expected. I'm not saying anything until I have the final verdict, but I will let you know soon. Okay, so yeah, so one hairstyle I think is okay. Um, so these two air are basically identical, so I don't really like the fact that they are identical. I mean, they are very, very, very similar, right? So I cannot even understand the difference. Well, maybe only these two things at the front. I don't know. Let me do this. I mean, they're basically identical, so... And they are identical, right? So they only have this part different, but is I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Now, I think Air 1 and Air 2 are... So you didn't answer me on which one of the two methods to acquire shard you prefer, boys. So I mean, I think that the reason they are so similar is that these two were similar at the beginning, right? But actually here there is a sizable difference on the back, right? So you see that this one is really, really short. This one is going down also at the back. While for this one and this one, right? The length is identical. And the only difference is the side thingy. So, I don't know. I think I will ask to change it somehow. Or we make this one seriously shorter, right? Significantly shorter. And then maybe. But I think it may look a bit stupid if it's significantly shorter, but maybe not. I mean, at least it's different, right? At least it's different. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I'm just writing down the feedback for them. I'm asking the texture on one side. Also, I see Hair 01 and Hair 02 are basically identical. The only difference is the bangs. How do you call that? The bangs at the sides, right? So the difference between this and, well, now I shortened it, but before I shortened it, right? So they are basically identical, right? So it is Air 1, it is Air 2, so they are completely identical. Right. So the only difference is this small piece, so I don't know. Well, and also, I mean, now that I look at it better, right? Also that this thing is going vertical, this thing is going a bit like this. So actually, yes, this front part is slightly different, right? But the difference is so small that I don't want to have, you know, a completely new model in the game to have something that is not even visible, right? I think the change is too little. Okay, so I have my final verdict on the person that wrote before in the chat, which obviously is not in the chat anymore, right? I mean, I was 100% sure he was a scammer, right? But I wanted to verify, right? And so I've been chatting with him offline until now, and he's basically proposing, you know, services for fake viewers and things like that. So this is all he's doing, right? So just a fucking, you know, another scammer that is just contacting people, you know, and then proposing. So basically what he did, you know, he said, oh, go to this other streamer's channel, and so he's basically trying to send viewers to other channels and then proposing services probably to pay or something. So, but anyway, I just reported him. I will report him here as well. I mean, I was 100% sure, by the way, that he was fake. Typical way. This world, by the way, is very annoying. I mean, there are people that are really living on, living just, you know, to do wrong stuff, right? I don't know how they can look at themselves in the mirror every morning, right? But probably they don't even care, right? They are at such a level of depravity and stupidity that they don't even care. But it's ridiculous, right? So they spend their time trying to scam others, and it's just they should just be, I don't know, all put in jail and stay in jail forever. The problem is that with that, we have to pay for it, right? Because if they stay in jail, we have to pay for their food. So, I don't know, maybe send them to Mars or something. Yeah. Have you checked in a real shop recently? No, actually, it's quite some time I don't do it. Thank you, Ula, for the reminder. I did it maybe a month ago. And when I did it off stream, and when I did it, I was thinking, why Hula did not remind me? Why? You should remind me every 2 weeks, Hula, if you can. Also, I didn't check the new games. if there are any new games. You can check both now. But anyway, there are too many games actually. Oh, Betide Studios is that's kind of cool. Betide Studio was in the featured content. Is one studio that has been producing Unreal Engine stuff since very long time, and they produce good stuff. I think we got their voice chat. Yeah, the voice chat that we have in game is this kit that we actually got from them. They are producing good stuff, I would say. Even if the quality of the code maybe was not the best, but the result was okay. Okay. I don't know, these people, every time I look at it, it's insane. Anyway, store, let me see store. Yeah, there is a Black Flag Resync type scene. There's a lot of people playing it. I don't remember if I played it or not. Tattoo Tycoon. What is Tattoo Tycoon? This novel ends. I don't know if I want it, considering the picture. Oh wow, what is that? It's a factory building and exploration island management game. Okay, well, maybe the picture was not the most important part. I like management games. Also has a very high rating, 4.4. I don't know, it's just, if it was them, I would just change this picture. Tattoo Tycoon, I guess, is another simulator of having a tattoo shop, huh? I don't know, I will never play these games anyway, but since they are free, why not? Okay, let's see what Fab has to provide. What Fab has to provide in the free stuff until the 14th of July. So it's only 3 days. So probably I got the one before this. So yeah, maybe I got them all. So we have a desert city. Oh, nice. It looks a bit like Ojaveda. Not really, but well, a bit. Well, maybe a bit, yeah. I mean, not really, because there is this technology. It seems more like a Star Wars vibe, but it's kind of useless, actually. I think it's very useless, no? Maybe the tents. I think not even the tents, boys. Tent is completely useless. But maybe the materials. Maybe the materials. But the rest is pretty much useless. I mean, we can buy it for $0. Why not? Can we buy the professional version and not the... Yeah, the professional version. Absolutely. When it's free, you can choose the standard or the professional, right? And you can get the professional. Then we have a match 3 RPG template. It's like a JRPG. Oh my god, what is this thing? This thing is insane. What is this? What are all these shield with the connection? There is probably a mini puzzle. Yeah, there's probably a kind of a mini puzzle inside of this. Interesting. I mean, we have 0 usage for this, but anyway, why not? And the third piece, what is it? Oh, elemental slash trails. Is there a video? There is. Well, maybe that's a bit too much. I mean, the effects are nice, but they are a bit too much, I think, no? They're pretty cool though, but they're a bit too much. Look at this one. This one is really too much. The fire one is not bad. The video is 11 minutes. 11 minutes? What the fuck? Are there so many different... just changing the color or what? Yeah, it's just changing the color. Basically, it's the same effect. Just changing the color from, you know, blue to green to yellow to purple to... But it's exactly the same effect. Well, it's not exactly though. Because like this one is energy. So maybe it's not the same. Maybe it's not the same. I mean, it's similar concept, just changing the texture, I guess. That sounds very nice. Okay, I don't think we can watch it all, but good. I mean, I like that. Maybe we can do something with it. I don't know what, because maybe the animations, I don't know. Depends also on the... But anyway. Yeah, a bunch of VFX, you know, which is always cool. Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? I think we buy the professional version, huh? I have to remember that tonight I have to go pick up my parents at the airport. Incredible, huh? I have parents. Yeah, I do. I have to pick them up at the airport around 8 or something. Like in 2 hours from now. I think it would be nice if I could get the sushi while I go down there. I don't know if it's possible though, but I will try. Anyway, we got this. We got these 3 things. Thank you, Ula, that you reminded me. Very nice. Very, very nice. Have you already tested the Dwarven Fortresses? What are the Dwarven Fortresses, Ulla? Here in the shop or where? In Fab? No. Or you mean our fortress? Dwarf fortress. There is a dwarf dungeon environment. A game that is basically in text mode. No, I didn't. It is good. I like this, by the way. It looks a bit like Throne and Liberty, the urban area. Oh, I like the big axes with the statue. Not in the shop, outside. Dwarf Fortress. You gave me the name wrong, though. What is the name? It's called Text Fortress, or Dwarf Fortress is a legendary text-based construction and roguelike game developed by Bay 12 Game. Famous for its unparalleled depth and immersive storytelling, you manage a fledgling dwarven colony in a fully simulated, randomly generated fantasy world. I think I remember it though. When did it came out? Long time ago, huh? Oh my god, the text. Do you play this, Sula? Is it good? No, I didn't. I think I never played it. But it reminds me of something, because I think I've seen something similar where there was this big world made of text. It reminds me something. Okay, so I sent the feedback or I didn't? No, I didn't at the end. So this is Air 1, this is Air 2, right? And the only difference is this, pretty much, right? That's the only difference. You read a lot of good advices, I see. I can try, but I don't know if I have the time, but yeah. Anyway, I think that the Air 3 is good, so I think we can keep it. I think Air 3 is very nice, by the way. It's just a bit too high poly, but we can lower it, right? But I think Air 3 is very nice. It's very Zelda-like, I know. It's very Zelda, eh? Zelda character hair. It's very Zelda or no? No, Zelda character. This guy, no, he's not. He's not. I don't know why it was looking like that, but probably he's not. Okay, anyway, yeah, I think they should invent another hairstyle, right? They should invent an hairstyle, but I think it's good. These modelers finally understood how to do it, right? They understood how to do it. And I think that they can do it well now, that they understood exactly what I want, so which is nice. They just have to produce it a bit faster, but with a bit more creativity, but I think that, yeah, they're good. They are good. I'm super thirsty. I mean, maybe the temperature that is a bit high still, but outside is actually cold and rain. Oh my god. I didn't realize that outside is raining. Outside is raining a lot and the temperature is super low, so I should just open up my windows and let the fresh air come in. Wait a second. Oh wow. Little bastard spider. I don't want to kill the spiders, but if I eat them, right? Oh wow. outside is super cold. I mean, compared to inside at least. Okay, let me open up a second. Oh wow. Oh wow. 1 second, guys. I have to do this. Oh wow. I have to exploit the cold air until it's there. Like inside my house they were like probably 34 degrees, 30, I don't know, man, or maybe 30. Let's say 30 degrees and outside are like 20, 24. So it's raining a lot. Okay, so this one we did it, right? This one we did it. We will wait for the update. I also have an update from the Death Realm, but let me check. The last one do you want to see it? I can show you the Death Realm update. Maybe not all of it because it's too much of a spoiler otherwise, but wait, which one of the two? Ah, look at this. Ah. I mean, it's not done, right? It's not completed, but this is part of the new Death Realm level, right? It's a commission. So we are spending money on this. We're spending actually a good amount of money. You see the cages at the top? You see the cages at the top? I think the cages are very, very cool. I don't know what is the poly count. They look a bit high, but I hope they are okay. So this will be a completely new area. And there at the back, I don't want to show it all to you, but at the back you see the temple. It's a giant temple, which is the Temple of Dakru. Is where Isashi always wanted to go, you know? End of the spoilers. No more spoilers. Okay, let's go back to the lockpicking minigame. So on the lockpicking minigame, right? What we were doing? Ah, yes, we did the change. We did the change with this, and then I was thinking if I could have different tools. Uh-oh. The wind is too much. Okay. Which kind of layout you think that we should have for our I don't know how to make it look anyway kind of realistic, but at the same time interesting, so that it's not always the same, right? That is not always the same. By the way, at the moment the space is broken. Yeah, the space is completely broken. The space is broken because we have the space on the level, I think, still. And not on the player controller. Why is searching in Unreal Engine stuff? Why is searching in Unreal Engine stuff and not just in the project? It's very strange. Yes, what is he? Let me just add some. I just want to see if he goes through this. I mean, he should, but yes, it does. But it's not doing the work he should be doing. I think we may have the problem of the tags. No, actually the tag is okay. Yeah, the tag seems to be okay. I have to get back into the thing 1 second to understand how it works. Difficulty mode 1, huh? So if we're in difficulty mode 1, right, we skip this whole thing and we go directly here. Then I assume that this is false, right? And here we are trying to understand the Z pin delta. Ah, the tolerance is 0. Ah, that's not very nice. The tolerance is 0, very bad. But the tolerance is calculated. But we are not calculating it at the moment. Okay, so that is the problem, right? That this tolerance is not calculated. And is not calculated because in theory it should be inside this setup lock minigame, no? But it's not doing it. Okay, let me see what it was in the previous, but I think I deleted it. Fuck. Okay, anyway, we should call this function. I deleted it. We should call this function in the setup minigame. I think it's the best way to do it. And I think it should be done immediately, right? So it should be done here. So we would do unlock, unlock calc unlock Z tolerance, right? Because this calc unlock Z tolerance is setting a variable that we need, and it does it based on skill and strength, right? And there is a kind of a formula that I don't know, but anyway, there is a kind of a formula. I think it would be interesting to know what is the result, right? We can say calculated unlock Z tolerance equal to this. Okay. $2.1. Okay. Okay, that is definitely broken. So it's not highlighting the right pin. I don't know why, but it's not highlighting the right pin. So when you press space, right, which happens still in the world, then it goes here, it goes inside endless space pressed. And for some reason, this sequence is not the same as this +1 So the pins are actually in sequence. I don't understand why they don't work though. I mean, why the sequence gets messed up later on, right? So maybe they are not really in sequence. Pin 1, pin 2, pin 3, pin 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So they actually look correct. Ah, but the tag, wait. 0, 1, 2, 3. Ah, shit. The tags are wrong. 4, 5, 6, and 7. Do you think that this will improve the thing or not? No. I don't understand why the first two are messed up, right? I think there is an error in the logic. There is an error in the logic. So here is doing something. I don't know. Is locking the wrong pin. I don't know why. Okay, let me print out a few things. Like here in theory, is wrong position, right? Is wrong position. Here is wrong position. Here is pin already locked. And here is wrong sequence, and this in theory should never happen at the moment, but pin, no, not correct pin to trigger now. Okay, so it's saying wrong position a million times. He's saying wrong position a million times and then he's locking the other one? Why? I was very lucky. Yeah, so basically he's thinking wrong position. I mean, he's saying wrong position and then he's because the for loop goes in anyway. That's the problem. No, sorry, but I think that this is done in a very weird way. This is done in a very weird way, because what this thing is doing is basically iterating across all the pins, regardless of the one that I have pushed, right? Which is not really the greatest idea. Let me close the windows now, though. I think we've got enough new air. Closing 1, 2. Closing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 windows. Now is... So basically what is happening at the moment is that we are pushing one pin, but then when we are pressing space, this loop is going through all the pins, right? Regardless. And I don't understand why it has to go through all the pins. In theory, it should go through only the pin that we have pushed, right? The problem is that if we make a tool that is actually pushing two of them, is so or we check if they are moving for whatever reason, or do we have an is moving flag that we can use, or because I don't think that is a good idea to do it the way we do it now. I think this for loop is a bad idea. I think this for loop is a very bad idea, and in fact it doesn't work properly, right? Because it's triggering other pins when they have nothing to do with the one that we pushed. So, or we still go through the pins, but we have a good way to verify if that pin is actually standing still or moving. I think we should do anyway one pin at a time. I'm thinking, you know, the tool that we created with 2 pins, I think is a kind of a cool idea. I mean, it's like a cheeky idea, but it is really useful. Probably not. I'm thinking what is the best way to do it, guys. So we have 2 ways. Or we flag, or we keep one pin only all the time. So you can only push one pin at a time. And when you push it, we detect the fact that this one is the last one that has been pushed, and so we act only on it, right? Now the only problem is that it's a bit of a timing issue, right? Because this guy goes up, then comes back down, but do we really know that he's moving? Because we have it in the tick, right? This is where we have the movement. We have it here in the tick, right? Where is recalculating stuff and is actually moving it. Yes, unless it's already set, right? If it's already set, obviously we don't do anything. But how do we know that this guy actually stopped, right? Well, let's say if the previous position is equal to the current position, then this guy is now moving, right? We could do it that way. In theory, is this delta, right? When the delta reaches 0, the thing is not moving anymore. bounds. Stop bounds. Yeah, stop bounds is when we lock it. But zip in delta, right? Zip in delta time, where time is set by the by this. Is time used only here or where? I think time is used multiple places. Okay, set there, then it's used there, and then it's set here. The initialization is kind of useless though, because when the graph starts, right, the time is immediately set. So I think that this one is useless. And I think that we can just do this. We can just have the calculate height having an input, which is our time, right? And you can calculate this formula based on the time. So we don't even have to keep the variable, right? Right? Because there is nothing else than this, right? Which is the current time. That here is called whatever, it's called new track 1, but you can rename it time if you want. Right, so now it's consistent. So now in theory it should work exactly the same, but we don't have the need of a variable anymore, right? Yes. And basically when the so we know that this is complete. And by the way, this reversed has nothing to do, right? Yeah. This reverse has nothing to do. So it is useless because we've proven that it's useless, right? And so it will still be the same. We can switch it to play from start if we invert the reverse on our pins, right? Which I think is probably also a good idea, just for sanity. Just for sanity. So if I, instead of going here, I go here, right? Now they work the wrong way. But if I then, oh, it works the same. Wow, that's interesting. Really? Because we are doing always one minus. I mean -1. I don't know. It seems to work the same actually, which is a bit weird though. Maybe it needs to compile. No, it really works as expected. Okay. Fine. Okay, anyway, we simplify. I don't know why is working exactly the same, but it's fine. So let me understand this a second. So the thing is that is setting the old delta equal to this. And by the way, there is another big issue, which is the delta seconds, but okay, we can check that later. Then is taking my time -1. Because you know what I'm thinking. I'm thinking. So let me print this out a sec, because this is done really in a weird way, right? So from 0 to 7. From 0 to 7. So this thing is bouncing from 0 to 7. Sorry, can I print this thing a second or no? Is it possible to say y equal to x minus 1, x minus 1 elevated by why I don't have the elevation here? I don't have the elevation. I don't have the elevation. Why do I have the elevation here? No. I forgot where I have the elevation. I see. -1, all elevated by... all elevated by 2. Multiplied by -7. Multiplied by -7. And everything +7. I don't know why I cannot type, guys. I don't know. And everything +7. Can you... No, I need you to draw it. Exactly. So the difference is just that the top is 7. So this formula is basically making the top at 7 and the minimum at 0, and it's just bouncing it this way, right? In a very... So what I'm saying is that instead of doing all these weird calculations, right, you could have your bounce done, right? You could have this do that because it's exactly the reason why this is designed this way, right? Now, probably the only difference is the old delta versus the new delta. But... yeah, probably we have to set... So what I'm saying that if we remove that and we just do this, right? And we call this delta instead of time, right? And we have here a curve, right? We have this as a curve that goes from 0 to 0 here. But then in the middle there is this, and this one is 1 1. No, is 1 7. Oh, yeah, it's 1 7. And then we needed this thing to be not to be old, well, to be Now this is not this. Why? No, it is. It is. It's just that the proportion is not the same, right? But it is. It is exactly. It doesn't look like, because vertically, this is from 0 to 7, and this is from 0 to 2, right? So in reality, it is. Yeah, exactly. It is like that, right? Now we will have to match the 2 with the 2. I don't know. It seems to be extremely. But anyway, that is not the point. The point is that now is doing this movement, right? And we do it directly with the bounce. And so now we don't need any more this calculation. We can just do it this way. And we update the delta. So let me see if it works the same way or not. In theory, it should be identical. Yes. And yes. And now, if you want to change the... I mean, just doing something absurd for a second, right? If you want to do it this way, right? Which obviously is a bit weird, but... Right? Now it will work. So it will go up. Yeah, you see? Whoop! Yeah. So now it's respecting exactly this curve, right? So... which is much easier, right? Because you can decide. So the curve decides the speed instead of the mathematical calculation. So the guy did it probably mathematically nice, but it's a bit harder to understand. Let me see if I can order some sushi for tonight. The problem is that I will have to go and pick it up. So, can I pick it up at 8 or... Let me check one thing. I have to be in this place. Maps, Google. Maps. Maps, Google. So I have to go here, but before I would like to go here. Yeah, I think it's doable. Okay, let me do a phone call and I see if I can get some sushi tonight, but I will have to pick it up myself this time. Let me just stop the music and let me do a phone call. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Yes, I will get my dinner, so I will pick it up around 8, and then I will be around 8:20 to pick up my parents at the station there. I think it should be doable, huh? Should be very doable, yes, yes. So I have to go away from here at 7:45, roughly, okay? So let's say that at 7:30, let me put a 7:30 ringtone or alarm or whatever. 7:30 alarm, so that I don't forget, otherwise everything becomes problematic. 7:30, okay. 7:30, it will say, the alarm will go off and we will do everything. Okay. Okay, so this is better than before, right? We can decide the speed. We can also, if you want, we can shorten this, right? Can do it slightly diff now. Do you want to have a variation? Nah, I think it's okay. We can, in theory, we can also change this as a parameter. So we could make this a parameter, and we could make certain pins going faster. Ah, that's interesting. We could have certain pins go faster. Based on what? No, we cannot really make it go faster because this one doesn't have the play speed. No, 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 no. I do the movement of the pin with Unreal Engine, with a timeline, with a timeline in Unreal Engine, with a timeline in Unreal Engine. Is there a way to change the play speed? I think you can of the timeline. I think we can. Because the play speed is on the standard animation, right? But I don't think it's on the time. But it must be a way. I mean, we can manipulate the keyframes, I guess. But it sounds a bit harder. Ah, there is a set play rate. Ah, there is a set play rate on the timeline. But my timeline is not a variable though. Oh, it is. Ah, that is very nice. So in theory, in theory, if we want, we could, for example, if I say play rate 2, right, they will go as twice as fast. You see? So it's way harder to catch. Oh wow, I catch it instantly. Oh no, because it's the wrong one at the moment. Yeah, when it's the wrong, when you don't catch it, is highlighting the wrong one. Okay, yes, we can also use the speed. The speed is very nice, because we can make it harder or simpler based on the speed. So if I do like 7, that would be insanely fast. Look at this. Holy! You can basically spam it and you will get it one time. Yeah, this is very good. This is very good. We will use this. We will use this. We can also do 0.2 and this would be 5 times lower, right? Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, the problem is that you are colliding as soon as you collide. Okay, but anyway. We will not do it that way, but it's fine. I think it would be nice if we could disable the collision while it's moving, but I think it's a bit risky because if then he fucks up, you know, you are not able then to unlock it. By the way, I have shipped the miniature to Gonger, and the shipping is on the way. It will arrive probably Monday. At the moment it's in Germany, so he already moved away from Italy, which is nice. So it will reach him soon, Monday, I guess. Okay, so we can determine the speed. Now the speed, I think the only problem is that this is set on the pin. It's not set on the mini game, which is a bit annoying actually. But you know what? We can make it a variable, and we can make it a variable, and we can call it pin speed, right? And default is obviously 1. Yes, default is 1. And then we can set the pin speed from the outside. They can also have different speed, by the way, so we can make something completely parametric. Something completely parametric. But we need to solve this problem. Huh? We need to solve the space problem, because it's not correct at the moment. This one is not correct at all. This is completely fucked. So do we agree, guys, that we will have only one pin at a time or not? Only one pin at a time. So you cannot trigger two, because you know, triggering 2 pins, I mean, I can do it with the movement, but no, because I did all this mess, right? I did all this mess because I wanted to know if this guy was moving, right? And we said when the timeline is finished. Yeah, I think we can have a gate, right? We can have a gate here. We can have an is moving or something. We can have an is moving. Let's do it. So we have an is moving, right? And is moving is starting false here. No, sorry, starting true here, right? And he's starting through here, and he's finishing, and he's set to false here, right? So we know exactly, so like this, we know exactly when now I hope that the stop is also calling finished, but I assume yes, right? I assume that in my timeline the stop is also calling finished. So now we know if the pin is moving. So when we do the check, right, on all the pins, when when we do the check on all the pins, we should look only at the pin that is moving, right? So I think that before all of this, right, really here at the beginning, we should say, if his moving is true, right? If his moving is true, then we go, right? But if his moving is not true, we don't do anything, right? Exactly. So I think that this will solve the problem of the wrongly, oops. Yeah, just because I didn't compile. So he doesn't know. Exactly. So this will solve the problem of the wrong highlight, right? So if I press space now, you see nothing happens. While if I press space, now it works, right? Okay, that is so much better. Okay, so we fixed this. This is really so much better than before now. So much better, you have no idea how much better. Very much better. We can delete this. We can delete this. There is no... this calculate height, probably we can just remove it. And just keep the... I mean, we are just setting... Basically what we are doing, we are just setting the delta, right? It's two variables, so I don't think it deserves a function for this, right? So I think it's just this, and I think we can just do this, right? And we delete that file. No, it's crashing. No, it didn't crash. Okay, let me save everything. It didn't crash, but it stopped for a second. It froze. So I think that is exactly the same, right, as we were doing before. So after this change, it should work. It should still work as expected. Yes, it does. Okay. Okay, so we can delete the calculate height, right? This one is not needed anymore. So I'm trying to improve and simplify this thing as much as I can, right? This is what I'm doing. Now, this sound, I don't know if it's a good sound actually. Uh-oh. This sound is really fucked. Why this sound has all the space at the beginning? Nah, this sound is broken, bro. Huh? This sound... He has a lot of silence at the beginning before actually hitting the... But I don't understand if it's been done by purpose. If z-pin delta old is less than unlock zp delta, so I'm moving up, right? I decided the distance, so there is the old and the new. I'm checking if the old is less, okay, is less than the delta, yes, and if the new is greater than the delta. And the new is greater. So what he's trying to say is if I am in between the old and the new, right? But it sounds a bit weird because the sign seems to be reversed, no? So if the old is less, I mean, depends how much is that pin delta value, but we said that my value goes between 0 and 7, right? It goes up and down between 0 and 7. So I decide a number, for example 5, and then I say I'm going up, right? And my value is 4, and I'm going to 6. So I'm saying, is 4 less than that thingy, and is 6 greater? Yes, it's correct. Yes. So I'm trying to understand if it's in between. Yeah, the only thing that is strange is the sound itself, right? But the sound itself is very delayed. I mean, it's delayed by a full second. So, which is impossible, right? Because this is all about timing, so... it's 2 sounds? Wait. Maybe it's 2 sounds. Why doesn't it play anymore? Huh? What happened? It doesn't play anymore. No. What happened, boys? Because it was running. So there is a tick. Yeah, but I don't understand. Unlock sound too. There is the sound when I unlock it. It doesn't make any sense. This doesn't make any sense. This doesn't make any sense. So there are 2 sounds, right? One is the pin sound. So in theory, is the pin sound should... no? Pin sound. Pin collides with lockpick. Okay, so the pin sound is the starting one. You know what is the weird thing is that the second sound starts pretty much immediately. And this is what I don't understand. Do we have a start that is not... there is a start time 1.9. Okay, that's why. There is a start time 1.9, so that's why I was confused. Because actually this one is an empty space at the beginning, right? Which is a very bad idea, by the way. So we should have this not done this way. I mean, this is kind of the same, but I prefer to have it clean, right? Instead of... So... maybe we can put it here.
What is that? Ooh, a flying pizza monster. That's wonderful and terrifying at the same time.
Oh, wow. There is a pizza monster above us. Oh, wow. It's a long time he's not visiting us. I think when he heard sushi, he decided to come and visit. Audacity. Yeah, I would like to remove the delay. I think the delay is a bit stupid, right? The delay is very stupid. We don't want a delay. We don't want a delay. We want this thing to be 0 and this other one to be 0, right? And yes, so we want the sound to be starting immediately. There is no reason for the sound to start at another time, right? Exactly. Look. And also, it was doing 1.9, so... You know what? I would probably do exactly the opposite, but... I like this sound. Okay, so we will save it again like that. No. He saved it in the wrong place. No. Yeah, I saved it in the wrong place. Okay. Yes. Okay, so that will be one sound. Now we may change them, but at least I want them to be exactly precise, right? In a perfect timing. Perfect. I mean, if the difference is like 0.1 second, I think I'm fine, right? But okay. Okay. So now we have them with the proper timing, so they are not anymore, you know, messed up. Lockpicking scene. Okay, so now they start immediately, right? So in theory now it should be identical because I removed the timing. But you know, I would do exactly the opposite. I would do exactly the opposite. So I would do, as soon as you hit, so here I would do the pin sound and not the, I would do the opposite. Here I would do the pin sound, and down here I would do the, what is called here unlock, but I would do exactly the opposite. So there is a bit of noise. Maybe the tick is too little though. Like this is way more understandable. Way more understandable. Holy shit. Way easier. You know what though? I think it should do the tick. Why is not doing the tick when it's going down? It should, huh? So in theory, it should do the tick twice, right? Because it's the same position that is hit 2 times, no? When he's going up and when he's coming back down. Would it be too much sound? I don't know. Yeah, I think it should be also when it goes down. Otherwise it is not understandable. I know it, but it's not understandable. So, but why is doing it only when it goes up? So at the moment I have this formula that basically is saying because this is respecting the sign that we are going up in our curve, right? So because the curve is like this, right? So this means that when we go up, we know if we are below or right, but when we go down, is the opposite of that, right? So should I ABS the? Should I ABS the values or should I swap the values? I don't know. So I have like, wait. I have like 6 points, right? I have. So no. So I have my tolerance, right? My tolerance is, for example, from year to year. And when I go back, it's the same, right? It's from year to year, right? I mean, assuming that this is the same, probably it's not. But anyway, from whatever, from year to year, yeah, maybe it's more correct. But anyway, it's the same value, right? It's the same value. The problem is that here, vertically, it is at, I don't know, let's say that this is 5 and this is 6, just for simplicity, okay? So this is 5, this is 6. So when it goes back, this is still 6 and it is still 5, right? Is the same. And then I have my cursor, and my cursor, let's say that is here or is here, right? So it's in between. So the check is saying, no, I think it's not exactly like that. The check is saying, the delta. The delta is calculated as what? Is a random float multiplied by 6.9. What? Huh? Are you crazy? What? I mean, a random float multiplied by 6.9, it can be 0 or it can be 7, right? Ah, yes, so that's the position. Ah, okay, okay. Yeah, but it is not really what I was thinking it would do. Because, yeah, so is randomizing the position on this curve, right? And for example, let's say they randomize this place here, right? But then I think there should be a tolerance, right? And at the moment, I don't see a tolerance here. I don't see a tolerance. Didn't we have a tolerance thingy? No. I'm dreaming. Did we have a tolerance? Unlock Z tolerance. Yeah, exactly. Unlock Z. Ah, it's applied here instead of there. Oh my god, why? Okay, it's applied in another place, but I mean, why we have this thing that is separated between the two? Ah, because here it needs to play the sound, and that is when you press space. In theory, it should be identical. No, because the sound is precise on the spot, while the space is wherever you press it. Okay, the only thing that is a bit weird here is this. So can we just say that if this is the position, I want my... Yeah, but I think it's fine actually. Because he's trying to get a bit of a... a bit of a threshold, right, to actually play the sound. So I think that to play the sound, this thing is okay, but I have to do it both sides. So I have to say if that is in between, right? If that is in between. So how do I say if that is in between, regardless of the direction? Because I say if old is less than pin and new is greater than pin. So in theory it should be this or the opposite, but isn't there a better way to do it? Can I do one minus the other and see if it's greater than 0? I don't know, something like that. Can I do... Huh? How do I solve this, boys? So I'm checking if this number is between these two numbers. I have to check if a number is in between two I have to check if a number is between two numbers, but those two numbers are swapped at each run. So for example, the first, well, are swapped in the second run, right? In the second run. So for example, the first run is A equal to 4, B equal to 6, and then C, which is my check, right? Check is equal to 5, right? I check that 5 is in between, right? But the second run is is A equal to 6 and B equal to 4, and check is 5, right? What's the simplest way to check the number is in between in both cycles with a single formula? I mean, in theory I can bring the lowest to 0 and then see if the highest is less than is more than my check, right? But the fact that it's reversed is annoying me. Do you know the answer, boys? Check is greater than the minimum between A and B, and check is less or equal to the max between A and B again. Huh? Check is greater than the minimum between the two. The minimum between the two. And check is less than the maximum between the two. Check is less than the maximum. So it's like if I'm squashing It's like if I'm squashing them together at the top and at the bottom. Is it correct? So I have 4 and 5, right? No, I have 4 and 6. So I do, what is the minimum between 4 and 6? 4, and I check that 4, that my check is greater than that. And then I have 6, so basically I'm squashing them one on top of the other, checking only the maximum between the two and the minimum between the two. Yeah, I think it's correct, yes. Yes. Is it simple enough to do here, or is it annoying? Well, we have min and max, so we can. Well, we need min. We need min float though. So if we take, so the minimum and the maximum are my old and my new. So I have to check that this guy is greater than that this guy, well, it's actually this guy is greater. No, I have to check that my thing is greater or equal than the minimum between the two. Yeah, exactly. And then I have to check that the maximum between the same two guys these two guys that my check is less than that, right? It's a bit messy, but that's what it is. I mean, I hope it's clear enough. Okay. So I think that this way, this way it will still click, but it will click if it goes up or if it goes down, right? Which I think is more understandable, actually. I don't understand why it needs to be only when it goes up. Yes. Yes, tuck tuck. Yes. Do you like it more or no? So basically here you hear two sounds, right? So when it's exactly in that position, you hear the click, and it's the one that you have to click. Right? Now there is a tolerance, so actually you can like now the tolerance is insane, right? So the tolerance seems to be very, very, very much I don't know why the tolerance is so much, actually. I think it depends on the skill and the complexity of the oh my god, what the hell is this? What is this formula, bro? Yeah, 200 is because it's the maximum lockpicking skill that you can have. So it's the skill divided by the strength. So if you are at 100 skill, 100 strength, right, the result is 1. And that is 200 minus... Why 200 minus? Shouldn't that sit in the middle? Multiply by 0.07. Exponential of 2.5. Oh my god. Plus minus 2.5. Divided by that incredible number, divided by 1 million, and then 7 minus. What the fuck is this? Huh? So that is 200 minus 1. No, it's not minus 1. Is minus a number that goes between 0. So let's say minus x. Yeah. 200 minus x. Okay. Multiplied by this crazy number. I don't know why. All exponential e exponential a what? Exponential of this. Can I do e? Can I do e of that? I don't know. And the result of that is multiplied by. Huh? Come on, please. Is multiplied by this number. And then to that we add minus, well, we minus this. We minus this. And then we divide by 1 million. What the fuck? We divide by 1 million. And then we do 7 minus that. What the fuck is this thing? So there is the curve. I think for any curve we need to use the curve object. I mean, in a real engine there is a curve object and it's so easy, and you can just draw the curve and it just works. Right now may not be as good as the pure mathematical function, but I think it's still a better idea. So this formula, which is the tolerance, right? If you have a skill of but I don't understand that. So if you have a skill, what? So it starts at 182, right? So it means that this was 1 divided by the other minus, right? So if the lockpick skill is 100 and the strength is 50, this thing will be 2. And so this will go to 198. 198, so it will basically be 7. So it will basically be 7. So in the case that my skill is double the strength, my tolerance is 7. Let's do the opposite, that my skill is 50 and the strength is 100. Right? So 50 divided by 100 is 0.0 something. So this will go to 200 minus 0.0 something. I mean, we are again at 7, so it doesn't make any freaking difference. I think this curve is wrong. Because basically it's always 7, right? It's always 7. I mean, it's 7 in the majority of the cases. It goes down to 0. I mean, to go to 0, what do you need to have? You need to have... So if I have my lock speaking skill as 1 and the lock strength as 200. No, but still it doesn't work. Huh? So 1 divided by 200, right? Is 0.005, so this will never work. And the opposite is 200 divided by 1, which is 200. So if my... No, wait, it works. So if my lock picking skill is 200 and the lock strength is 1, well, let's say 2, right? I remove 100 from here. So this thing goes at 100. So it means that the tolerance will be 0? Huh? It doesn't make any sense. Wait, let's try to put 102 as an input, okay? 102. Where do we configure the... Here. So let's say that my skill is 100 and the strength of the lock is 2. So it should be super easy, right? Super easy. I think that the formula is doing exactly the opposite. Oh, it actually... It actually works as expected. How it is possible? Then my formula, then my summarization of the formula is wrong. Calc Z, calc and lock Z total. Ah, we printed out. Wait, we printed out. 6.8. So in this case, it's 6.8. If I do the 6.8, okay, which is basically the whole thing. If I do the opposite, strength 100, skill 2 is 0.01. Oh wow. No, it actually works as expected. I don't know why then I calculated it wrong. I don't know. It seems weird, but it seems that maybe the exponential is not exactly the same. Exponential 200 minus x. Yeah, probably I didn't render the formula properly. Because like it is there, it makes no sense, but I guess it does make sense somehow. I lost it now. What the fuck is that? So this is my x. Is 200 minus x multiplied by this. Ah, wait. I fucked up because the e is after the multiplication. Wait. Well. So there is a parenthesis here. I don't think it will make a difference now. And the result we multiply by that number, okay. And then the result again, we remove 2.5 something. Come on, can you open the page? Okay. And the result, we divide by 1 million. And the result, yeah, there is another parenthesis missing, I guess. Okay, this seems to be way better. Yeah, I think I fucked up the... So basically what he's saying is that it starts to become very hard. It starts to become very hard after... I mean, no, it starts to become harder after 100, right? And if the difference is like 1 out of 4, so let's say 200... no, the opposite. 200 skill, no, the opposite. 200 strength, yes, 200 strength and 4 skill. Here is where it starts to go down, and it goes down basically to a point it becomes impossible. Yeah, so no, I think the formula is actually correct. I think we should probably render it with a curve and just use the curve so we can adjust the curve as we wish, right? Because the problem of using the or anyway, because the problem is then adjusting it. If we want to adjust it now with a mathematical formula, it would be a bit of a pain, right? Instead, if we use a curve in Unreal, it's easy. So yeah. But it seems to be okay, actually. But then it means if I do what I was saying, right? The opposite. So if I go, yes, lock strength 100 and lockpicking skill 2, right? Basically, this will be impossible to catch or very hard to catch. Yeah. Yeah, it's basically impossible to catch. I think it should be clamped though, because yeah, it's impossible to catch. Yeah, it's impossible to catch. You have a 0.01, you know, whatever. I mean, which may prove a point though, that you cannot unlock. But I think that I would like to do it up front, right? So if the lock cannot be unlocked by you, I would like to block you before, right? I don't think we should make the puzzle impossible, right? I think it should become harder, but not impossible. So I think at the moment that mathematical formula needs a clamp, maybe at 0.5. So it cannot really go to... I think the clamp should be probably between 0.5 and 4. Alarm is ticking. Yeah, I think I need to prepare and go. My boys. Need to prepare and go. Let me see if I clamp it now. Does it become possible? Is 0.5 still too little? Can go 1. Ah, fuck, because I don't. Okay. Mistakes were made. Okay, it was not doing it, basically. Now it's doing it. Yeah, like this is possible. But pretty hard, actually. Wow. Yeah, 0.5 is annoying, but it's doable. Nah, 0.5 is doable. When you get the grip, it's at the end. What? Hey, bro, if it's at the end, end. It's impossible because it closes before I can do it. Yeah, I think because it's too close. I think this one is a 0 value because it's sticking really at the end. This one is annoying. What? I don't think it was there. It's a bit misleading. I mean, I don't know if it's misleading only for the ones at the bottom. Anyway, guys, I need to go. I don't know if I will be here later. It's possible, but I don't know. If not, I will see you tomorrow, okay? So have a good evening, and for now, bye. Bye.